Hello, hello, hello. Okay, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let's go. Let's get the first questions out there. Let's get the first questions out there. Yeah? Let's start with the team sheet. So we have Allison in goal, safe and Allison. Unchanged back four, which is Virgil van Dijk, Matip, Arnold, and Tomiskas. We've got Keita Henderson, who's back. Glad to have the captain back. And then we've got young Harvey Elliott. This is the one that's got everybody thinking, "Ooh, what's going on here? Is that the right call?" To me personally, I think it's a good call. I think it's a brave decision by Klopp. I think he is absolutely amazing. I think he's got the edge over someone like Ox. So it's a great call for me. Mane, Salah, and Jota unchanged, and I think that just solidifies that that front three is working well together and doing everything that needs to be done. We are in a very good position, and I'm happy with that. Uh, Firmino looks like he'll come off the bench and make an impact, so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great, and let's make the most of it. One thing that we did realize is Chamber is not on the bench, and that's weird. We know why Big Fab's not there. We know why he's not there. We know what to do with his dad. He'll never walk alone, and nothing but love from here at the Scousers and London guys. But why is Chamber not on the bench? That's weird. I don't think we're looking to sell him, but it's very weird. I haven't had anything about injury or anything like that. So let's see how that pans out. I'm just looking through here on our subs. We've got Robbo back on the bench, which is a good sign. You know, James Pearce announced that he is full training with the squad. It's just a time thing. So Chelsea could be back in the line, which would actually make our left back situation quite good. I think Tsimikas will grow in the game. I think he will be a great player, and I think I like the way he attacks. There's a lot he needs to learn in terms of how we press and how we counter attack, but that's something that he'll grow during he plays more and more. He only got 6 minutes last season, throughout the whole season, which is quite weird when you think about it. But when you've got someone like Robbo who's electrifying, and yeah, he did miss a couple of games, but he's somebody who's quite reliable, you know. But the most important shout out there to me is we've got a captain fantastic back, Hendo, and Harvey Elliott is starting, and I'm dying to see him play. Klopp has tried him out in the camera, and yeah, let's see. I still prefer him out wide, if I'm honest, but he ain't gonna knock the front three out of their position, so it's only right to do it. Let's see, you know how we play Shaq as a right at the top of the midfielders. We've got Thiago on the bench as well, which is quite good. So we're starting to edge our stars back in, and hopefully Fabinho won't be too long out. He'll make the Chelsea game because he will be needed in a game like this. He's needed as well, but let's see how it goes. Just watching the fans back now, and it is amazing. I was actually supposed to be at this game, funny enough, but I couldn't make it due to having to come back from Liverpool to London and you know pre-engagements. But I'll be at the next one. Guys, as we go in there, tell me your thoughts about what you think the line Liverpool should have played. What do you think about the omission of Ox? What do you think about what do you think the predictions are? I think we're gonna win 2-0. I got Mane. I called Mane and Jota last in the last Norwich game, and I was wrong. But I'm gonna say 2-0, and I'm gonna say the same again, Mane and Jota. Yes, just to watch along with me. So just enjoy me scream, clash, shout, smile, everything. So amazing to have fans back, man. I wish I was at this game, first game back, having fans back. You know they are our 12th man, so it's gonna be amazing, man. I can't wait. But yeah, as we warm up, get your comments in, get everything in. Okay, we've got our first comment. We've got I think Elliot will do well. I think so as well. I think Elliot is going to actually shine. My only thing is the physicality of Burnley when we're integrating someone like him. But he looks up for it. He looks very confident, and he's got such a great left foot on him. So if we're looking to get rid of Shaq and stuff like that for creativity, I'm not saying they're at the same level, but you know, Javier Elliot's ability, which I think is really good. So let's see what happens, man. I'm just buzzing to see the fans back. That is crazy. Listen to the fans. You never walk alone. You can tell on my face. I'm already getting the emotion. I'm not emotional, but I'm already feeling it. Like this is wild. Yeah, we got a comment in here as well. Come on, you Reds. What do you think the scores are going to be? Keep triggering everything you think. I think 2-0. Mane and Jota. It's going to be amazing, man. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I'm going to let you guys listen to this and vibes off it because I'm vibing right now. You don't want to hear me sing on this. You don't want to hear me sing, so I won't be singing. Okay, so we got another comment. We got 3-0 Jota and Salah. Jota times 2 and Salah 1. You know what? I find it so difficult not to say Salah's not scoring every game, but I like to think someone's gonna pick up and just help him out because it's a lot he does. There's a lot of goals he scores and he does a lot of stuff individually. So I think we need to give him take the pressure off him sometimes to know that if he doesn't score in a game, we take the pressure away from him. Do you know what I mean? So that would be good. Let's leave it on Elliot because he's the highlight guy right now. Ashley Westwood's run of 61 successive Premier League starts is ended by a foot injury. He's replaced in midfield by Josh Brown. Pretty strong team. Pretty strong team. Especially by Burnley. Again, before the game starts, keep letting me know what you think the scores are going to be, guys. We got Nico in again with 3-1. What are the goal scorers? Who do you think the goal scorers are going to be? Who do you think the goal scorers are going to be? Why do you think we're going to concede? Matip and Virgil van Dijk actually have a great record together. I think they've lost one game, but I'm trying to get the figures. Anyone knows the figures of how many goals has been scored against when the partnership has been Matip and Virgil van Dijk? Please pass it on. Then we got Mike at clean sheet today, lads. Listen, I'll take a 1-0 win over a 2-1 any day. Even though it's a lot more nervy, I'll take it because clean sheets can be so much for us. And I know you can't see it because it's a watch along, but literally looking at the stadium packed. I know some of my other podcast friends, they was trying so hard to get the Burnley tickets. So when they got to go to the game, and that's why one of them ain't actually joined this podcast today. I just think Jota, just to talk about on Jota and how he works, I think he is literally amazing. The way he presses from the front, what he does is amazing. I think we have to take into account the fact that he doesn't stop running and he tires himself out. He gives you about 60 minutes of non-stop running, and that's why then I like when Fabinho comes in, because he just comes in and then silky smooth. But we're kicking off, starting young Harvey Elliott. So let's go. I drink my orange juice. Lads, take the knee because we stand against racism, and we want everybody to be included in sports and be able to have a free space to be themselves and not be discriminated for the color of their skin or sexuality and stuff like that. So yeah, we're underway though. Let's go. I ain't no commentator, so bear with me, but it's gonna be fun. Klopp wearing that black Louis Vuitton looking rain jacket. Is starting at left back today. Andy Robertson is on the Liverpool bench. See, to Misko, I think he's a good player, man. He's very good going forward. I think he'll get a lot of assists. I think he'll be really good, and he will be huge for us in terms of moving things around and swapping around the squads and resting players. He'll be huge. This season, Liverpool have got off to a perfect start. Norwich at the weekend. Chris Wood with his first opportunity. Van Dijk's still looking like he's a little bit rusty, but he's definitely gonna come good. Keita, if he stays fit, is gonna be an absolutely amazing player. He's gonna be a beast. I'm not saying the first game he was lighting things up, but he's going to be amazing. A fair deal of rotation involving Jota, Mane and Salah in the final third. Liverpool haven't lost their opening home league game of the season for 18 years. Elliott just called there. Okay, foul on Elliott from early. This is what I was talking about, the physicality of the game and how they would rather foul you than allow you to get past. But he's moving quick though. He's not doing an read. He's not taking too much touches. Look, he wants to just play and go, and he's always going to find space to take a crack if he's open on his left foot. So let's see how this goes. I'm excited, really excited to see him, and glad to see Hendo back. Some people don't. I think he doesn't get the credit he deserves. He is an absolute leader. You see it in England, you see it for Liverpool, and you see it off, like outside of football. Alexander-Arnold with the first free kick. I also wonder how Jota wins so many headers. I need to get his actual height.
There's a lot of size in there, but it was arguably one of the smaller men to get a flick on. Get marked by Matt Loughton. Burnley led but lost against Brighton last weekend. Their last 4 Premier League wins have been away from Turf Moor. It's been a quiet summer in terms of transfers, but it remains a tried and tested group that Sean Dyche.
First 3 minutes, not much to add.
By far and away the longest serving Premier League manager these days, the manager of Burnley. Oh, he's been brilliant, hasn't he?
Burnley just straight boot the ball down type route football.
Interesting ball in by Cork, and Chris Wood making a nuisance in there. Dwight McNeil with a chance.
Oh, and oh my God, Trent clears it off the line. Okay, woo! He's offside. That is not a good sign. Come on, we need the fans to. I can't hear it enough, man. Offside though, that's fine. Trent, great defending from early. Someone who gets ridiculed for their defending, but that shows his mentality, where he's in the right place at the right time.
The assistant does have the permission to raise the flag sooner if they don't feel that a goal scorer.
I think Salah's going to get a goal here. I think I'm wrong. I'm going to put Salah in there. Salah and Mane. Jota getting an assist. That's another offside, ref. No? Simicast. I would say Simicast. Simicast. T is silent.
Just caught straight on there from Sadio Mane. Nick Pope called into action.
Henderson tried to do a Xabi Alonso from a distance. Didn't work. But one of the good things about how he can rotate the midfield and rotate the team is we can actually take cups a lot more serious, where we're not just one team. Yes, the front three, we've got a front four, but we can actually rotate enough to compete properly in competitions. I don't think that's something that we could do.
Should be happy though, Steve, by the way they've gone about it so far here. Very much so. Started nice and strong. Here's Naby Keita, who had a very positive.
Keita with his sexy smooth skills, of course. You know him. Oh, right hand though. First time. That's a good block. Everyone moving silky smooth right now, you know.
Pope already hearing it from the top, Steve, having decided to take a drink and not the goal kick. Of course, last season when nobody was seeing, that was fine. Yeah, that was fine, yeah. Take your time, not now. No time wasted now.
Remember that game we played and Pope played absolutely amazing, and then Origi missed that one-on-one chance last season. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. That's one of the things that sealed it for me. You know, that he could have made himself memorable in that moment. Ref, that's got to be a foul. Yeah, I'm saying my only concerns with Elliot is the fact that they might try to bully him, but he ain't shy. He's been kicked 3 times already, but drew 3 fouls, so he might get some yellow cards from early. It could be good for us as long as he don't get hurt. So great to see Virgil back, man. What a beautiful man.
Elliott played over 40 games on loan in the Championship last season for Blackburn and impressed everybody there. You have to remember he's only a young boy, very inexperienced. Salah with an interesting ball in there. Simicast was trying to make something of.
It's looking like we're attacking with some real intent, which is good.
It's the first of many conversations down there between Sean Dyche and Andy Madley, don't you? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Just getting the 40 in a little bit.
Hear that? Literally calling Mo Salah, singing Mo Salah's song, and it's amazing.
Taken away by Ben Mee.
Trent sleeping.
It gets touched by Barnes, wasn't it? There's McNeil.
Hey, Simicast is looking like he's saying, hey, Robbo, I see your back, but this is my spot right now.
He runs across, puts his shoulder in. I know he lifts his arm after the event, but there was no elbow or anything there.
See, Burnley can't get too mad at these type of tackles because that's how they play. That's their style of football. And if it was done the other way around, they'll be saying it's too soft. So this is my issue with the way Burnley play football. It's like you can't be a fouler and then complain. And then complain everybody's fouling me. Like, it don't make no sense. You want to play physical, accept physical.
The Liverpool player had every right to almost stand his ground there, and the reaction from Goodmanson is probably just emphasised the potential foul. VAR will have a look at this, but ultimately it's the decision on the on-field referee. The on-field referee is.
Well, that's all come from Trent sleeping, to be fair.
There's a foul there. I think it's two players coming together. Thanks, Peter. Stuart Atwell is at the VAR for this match today. Good to see Goodmanson back on his feet. I think you made a good point, Steve. The fact that Tsimikas lifts his arm after the contact makes it look a little bit different than it actually is when you slow it down.
And I think it made, certainly, pitch level, it made it look a difference to the Burnley bench and to Sean Dyche and Ian Wallen. They reacted a lot differently than I would, because maybe I'm looking at it a loftier position. And of course, I've seen replays, but it didn't look anything untowards in.
Yeah, I can see my fade coming out as well, man. Come on, man, let's get this game started.
I think a fascinating cameo to this season, Steve, is what we'll get from Liverpool. They went from finishing 18 points above Manchester City when they won the league to 17 behind them last season. I mean, we know the factors that affected Liverpool's title defence, but of course,
I'm expecting big from Mane. I'm expecting a lot from him. I'm putting a lot of pressure on him today. You can't keep riding the Salah train. Mane's got to have a good season. He's got to bounce back from that terrible season he had. I don't know what type of football Trent's playing right now. It's like every time it's like every time I give him a little compliment, he wants to prove me wrong.
No, it hasn't, and that's all credit to Burnley. They've been closing down well. They're very organised, hunting the ball. See, any time the ball comes into midfield or into one of the forwards, they're right on top of it, forcing the ball backwards to Van Dijk and Matip.
That classic Van Dijk, long diagonal ball.
Charlie Taylor said it.
Guys, remember, get involved, comment.
It's Harvey Elliott.
So we can discuss the game and as it's things that's happening as it's happening.
One thing people will notice about Harvey Elliott, who haven't seen him play before, is he certainly doesn't lack for confidence, does he?
No. And why not? He's very skillful. Make things happen.
It's crazy though, isn't it? Matip and Virgil van Dijk are the trusted centre backs, and for me, I agree. But when you think about it, if you put it on paper, you never think Matip. And I remember Joe Cole saying that he heard that Matip was getting ragged in training, and that's why it took him longer to get in there. I think we have to remember, I don't think he's on much wages, and he came on free. So do we have to get rid of him? No. Injuries are a problem, but that's why we brought in another centre back. And Konate is looking like a Virgil 2.0 in the training. And one thing that Matip brings as well is he wins headers.
Van Dijk and Matip in the Burnley box. Alexander Arnold with the trademark delivery.
Don't sleep on Gomez. Don't sleep on Gomez.
Alexander Arnold with the left foot.
I think that was on the floor to Virgil. I don't see Virgil score with his feet. I know he's good with it.
There's Jordan Henderson. He's playing a league match for Liverpool for the first time since early February.
Here we go.
One from Alexander Arnold and Virgil van Dijk.
Good from Paul.
It's the right type of ball. Virgil van Dijk wanted it earlier when the ball was fed to Jordan Henderson, because he was marked on Matt Lowen at the far post. It eventually comes in and allows Nick Pope to come out and get it.
Burnley have a familiar issue to deal with this season. They need to score more goals. There's Naby Keita. What are the expectation levels here for him this season, Steve? Because he came with a real reputation.
Yeah, well, firstly, he needs to stay fit, doesn't he?
How can you not love Mane? Just turns everybody with ease.
Consistent levels. It's been one good game, one average game, and then he'll get injured. So he needs to run a game.
See Elliott and Mo Salah, they look like they've already teamed up and have some sort of understanding because their 1-2s are crazy. It's always pass move, and they know exactly where each other are. So you never really saw from Shaq.
Just back to Navigator. He's played 78 matches in 3 seasons. He only played 16 games last season, which does tend to emphasise what the major issue has been here so far.
So far, decent 15 minutes, but nowhere near what I want.
Flicked on by Barnes.
You gotta love the way Matip plays, don't you? You gotta love it.
Position is the area where Jurgen Klopp owns a better fortune this season. He's got centre backs playing 2 games in a row, which didn't always happen last season. 8 different players played at centre back. There were 19 different central defensive partnerships. It seemed every match you've got to change it. Yeah, the Liverpool manager.
My biggest question is, what do we do with Nat Phillips? Because we've got a lot. I mean, it's a good situation to have, you know, considering what happened last season. But it's a lot of centre backs. And even if you go Konate and
Given against Barnes, who quickly wants to try and get Goodmanson involved. Now Lowton. Chris Wood had made his way into the middle. Joel Matip back there to win his header for Liverpool.
Harvey Elliott's looking electric right now.
Barnes does well, just can't feed it into the path of Goodmanson. He may have been better just arcing this run a little bit to open up that space that he can run onto that pass by Barnes. Would have given him a better opportunity.
You can just see Sean Dyche at the bottom of the screen. Been watching his body language. He doesn't hide things very well, Sean Dyche. He's been very positive so far, clearly happy by the way that Burnley have started. Here's the talented Dwight McNeil.
They are running ragged. Oh my God.
They got a little bit fortunate there that Brownhill couldn't sort himself out.
Listen.
McNeil. Alexander-Arnold challenge, no foul, says Mike D.
Hey, Trent. I thought that was a foul personally, but I take it.
No penalty there. Good play.
Glenn had about 3 minutes of just attacking us.
That was another positive run into the penalty area.
Shota! Come on! Come on! Listen, the reason why that's a great goal, yeah, is because Jota did the inside run. Yeah, he was on the outside and he comes in. That's here. That's here, mate. That's here. That is here. He knows it's coming short. Amazing. Man like Diogo. That's what I need. That's what we need. 1-0, baby. I have to quickly update that real quick, you know what I'm saying?
Just how much he was looking forward to today. And Diogo Jota, who scored Liverpool's first goal of the season at Carrow Road last weekend, has now scored the first goal of the season.
Now we can just, I'm not saying ease, but you know, we got the goal. We don't have to force anything right now. And it's an assist from none other, the Greek freak. No, I ain't talking about Giannis. I'm talking about Tsimikas. Trent, to me, is sleeping. He is sleeping.
Tsimikas clearance was enough. That's good play by Brownhill, and in goes
He is sleeping. I'm not happy with Trent right now. He is sleeping.
That was fruity from Cole. That's okay. Here's McNeil. And
He
another
is
save
sleeping.
from Allison.
Trent is sleeping.
That's okay by Jack Cork. It was there to be won. Nice and firm, nice and strong. No problem with that. Bounces out.
Nothing wrong with that side tackle. Aggressive, but he's won the ball. This is what I think we are. We are very, 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 very. We need to be very, very, very careful.
Corner taken by Brownhill.
Because we go inside, we're in our own box and we're trying to pass him. He ain't got that type of time against teams like Burnley. Maybe at Chelsea, who's going to lay off you and play counter attack as well. But nah, man. Here we go. I agree, man. I called Jota earlier as well. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna leave that comment out right there for a minute.
But it is. Gives Burnley a good chance now to get some quality into the box. See if they can respond.
Let's leave that comment up there for a little bit. Let's leave that comment right there.
Dwight McNeil and Josh Brownhill are the two players over the free kick. Two centre-backs, James Tarkowski and Ben Mee, have gone forward to join Chris Wood.
Set pieces is always a scare when you play teams like Burnley.
Don't go early.
This is what they want.
So Tarkowski, the target.
That was good. If you couldn't see it, but I literally put the ball down and took it straight away.
You could see that Tarkowski was isolated at the back. Liverpool allowed him to come sort of running in there.
The right hand side, we are sleeping.
Forward by Lowton, headed away by Alexander Arnold. There's Keita.
Here we go. 3 on 3. Oh, I think that's the wrong decision, mate. I think that's the wrong decision by Harvey Elliott. I think you should take it. Use Salah as a. He passed too early. He should have used made sense defender. Makes sense. He made Salah make decision for it. Use Salah as a decoy run.
We have to come back and take his time. Simple enough for Nick Pope.
It'll be the left foot of Kostas Tsimikas with the corner. Handed over the top
Van
by
Dijk
Virgil.
almost. Hey, Tsimikas might get more than one assist today, boy. I'm telling you, he's attacking cold. He knows how to pass the ball.
Good ball in by McNeil. Chris Wood makes a nice run to the near post. Does what he could, and this is the penalty opportunity. Nothing in that. 20 seconds later.
What a header by Jota. What a header by Jota. Can your attacker do that? At that height? No, didn't think so.
14 goals in 31 games. He's keeping Roberto Firmino on the bench at the moment.
It's alright, man. It's not we're keeping Bobby on the bench. It's that we know Jota's press from the front is so integral to how we want to play that Firmino comes on and then runs ragged as soon as he comes on.
And it's good the fact that Liverpool now can, that front four stay fit. Firmino can take his time getting back after the Copa America. They can chop and change a few of the players.
Really, but clearly for the free kick, Mike Dean not interested.
What I've noticed about VAR is they're not so quick to pull back and they're allowing the physicality of the game.
Headed away by Van Dijk.
Just wasteful from Keita.
Chris Wood in there once again.
If I was a centre back, I'd hate to play Burnley, man, because it's just every minute jumping up and trying to win the ball. Okay.
Liverpool don't have a shortage of numbers in that department.
Come on.
Just a fraction too high there for Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, right idea by Mane. Just
Great from Mane. Becca doing Becca things. This is what we say in our group. Becca doing Becca things, man. He's just run out and you didn't have to, but you chose to. When it looked good, when he wins it, when he makes a mistake, it's terrible. But there's no Kabak in front of him, so nah, I'm only joking. I like Kabak.
Moment of the season. The head of McCorn is not a goal of the season, is it? But yeah, certainly moments.
I need Trent. I know everyone says Trent is. I think he can defend. I don't think he's the worst defender, but he definitely still needs improvement. And I don't think it's. I don't think it's. He can't defend. Sometimes I think it's a lapse of concentration. It's something we spoke about when we first started doing podcasts. Especially even Joe Gomez used to do a lot, but I think he's improved a lot more. But I think Trent hasn't improved enough in that department where mentally where he should be, and mentally what he should be looking at before the ball even gets to his corner. I think he kind of is reactive, but he's got pace. Kyle Walker, everyone like Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's like that too. He's very reactive. But I guess what he lacks there, he makes up in his attacking ability.
They haven't just defended, have they? They haven't camped in and defended. They've tried to press. They've tried to go forward with the ball. Really been positive.
There's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Didn't quite get it back again from Sadio Mane.
So everyone said, Trent going CDM, but the discipline. You gotta have that discipline. And to be able to actually tackle, Fabinho's the best CDM for me. Ooh, what a pass by Elliot. Oh my God, what a goal by Salah. Elliot, bad boy. Harvey Elliott is a bad boy. Never forget that. Bad boy. Bad boy. Bad boy. He starts. He's earned it. He starts. He's earned it. Bad boy. How did Salah score that? How? And you got people on TalkSport saying, Salah, I know he's good, but I know he's good. Are you? Ooh, Salah's offside.
We'll have to wait and see. It was a lovely ball by Harvey Elliott. If it's a standard, a fantastic finish by Mo Salah.
I wait for them to call offside. He's definitely offside.
Bends around Nick Pope.
What a finish, though.
Leg high enough, his arm low enough.
Nah, he's offside. Come on. You know he's offside.
You've called it right, Steve. I think it is going to be
what a goal. What a goal, and he's offside.
Which elicits the cheer from the Burnley supporters at the Anfield Road end. It's a tough one, but it's the right call.
He's offside, 100%, but that was a goal. Let's not take that away from him.
I mean, I know it's tight, but
someone like Pope, who actually is a good goalkeeper. However, Bruno Fernandes, similar, gave the goal. We're talking, and I'm saying, what are we doing right now? That's the thing. The refs got to get better. I think it's offside, but then again, so was Bruno. But you gave it to him.
Goes Matip, challenged by Barnes. Dwight McNeil. Charlie Taylor's cross, Joel Matip's header. On by Brownhill and claimed by Allison.
Damn, that was a good goal, man. That was a good goal to take away from us, man. I'm hurt. I'm hurt for Salah.
Since the Liverpool goal, Burnley manager.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a constant presence on the edge of the Burnley technical area.
Not too many strikers that do it, are scoring like that, man. That's top level.
It's all you need if you're a Burnley player, them three shouting at you.
Three-man crew down there for Burnley. Steve Stone has been added to the first-team coaching staff. One of your teammates from...
What do you guys think of that offside goal? Do you think they should have let it, I know you shouldn't let it slide. I know it's a silly question, but considering Bruno, what do you guys think? Well, like, let's get this chat going, so then we'll start talking about it at halftime. Burnley literally have plan A, no plan B. It's weird.
Flicked on by Goodmanson. Chris Wood did well against Simicas. It's a good footing though from Naby Keita for Liverpool.
Hey, Ali, do it. Listen, Becca doing Becca things like I said earlier. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that there. Becca doing Becca things, man. That is wild.
Here's Henderson. Knows the space out wide for Simicas.
I want someone to comment that. Someone tweet that in for me. Becca doing Becca things. I'm gonna put it up there instead of editing it.
Liverpool trying to place those little short, accurate passes. Mo Salah's not quite working for Sadio Mane. Alexander Arnold.
Oh, what a ball by Arnold! How did man? Ah, here we go.
Just couldn't quite get the accuracy on the shot.
Yeah, I think it comes off his shin, man.
Becca doing Becca things is what's being held up there right now.
Delicious ball.
That was more than delicious.
He just doesn't get his foot around it.
That was a 3-course meal, man.
I think it comes off his shin. Yeah, it does. It does come off his shin. There you go. That's why it flies right over the bar. He can't get the control.
Yo, I see
anything with his right foot.
Scouser and London Double A there. The show's comment. Yo, what's going on, bro? What do you think of the game so far, man? What do you think? I'm gonna leave Becca doing Becca things up there.
Started off really well through the middle for Burnley.
You know what? I brought up the Bruno thing, and I'd let them know that's watching that it was your comment where I got it from. And what do you think? Because I was just praising VAR, and then that happened. That is offside. Don't get me wrong, but you're right. We said about Bruno.
We've isolated Virgil van Dijk a little bit. Goalkeeper had to come and grab.
Elliot has been a breath of fresh air, and this is something that I feel like Chamber is a headless chicken when he runs. He shows energy and he's running around and he's everywhere and he's doing stuff, and that looks good. But what are you doing with the ball? What are you doing? Are you looking up? Is he trying to get assists? And I mean, a lot of his assists came from not even that good pass. They were forced passes, if I remember before he got injured. Like, I just feel like that's something, and I feel like he's got the best. Oh, come on, you got to put him through. How can you not put Elliot through? Sorry. Yeah, no, I feel like he's better than Ox in a sense of I think he's given me Shaqiri-esque vibes. Obviously, he's still got a lot to learn in terms of maturity and in terms of finding a pass, confidence, will take on a player, and he's then showing me the energy of Ox. So the two things that we love the players for are the two things that he has incorporated him in already, and it's just about managing that. And who better than Klopp?
Alexander Arnold, who had the summer off, Steve, to recuperate from the injury that kept him out of the Euros. But
yeah, Becca doing Becca things is the one thing I'm leaving up, because that is wild. It looks good until he makes a mistake.
Yeah, he would have been disappointed. Of course, he would have been to miss the European Championships, but a 6 weeks rest, albeit I know he was injured and his rehab was going.
And with international breaks coming, we should have the full team post that.
It really will. Like it will with a lot of the players.
Corner is the target for Tarkowski and me to go forward. Chris Wood's on the move in the middle. Allison with a good confident punch away.
Very confident from Allison. Big punch. Let's push him in the back though. Well done.
The only points that Liverpool dropped here when they won the league was the draw against Burnley. Went to all intents and purposes. Everything was sorted out. They dropped 24 points here last season, which was so unlike them. They had that little run, didn't they, where they couldn't buy a win at Anfield.
I mean, that was the only real negative part. But you can't blame injuries for that run of results. I know they've been missing a lot of important players, and you can see why they dropped off. But you know, that run of results here at home when they lost and kept on losing. You just needs to grind out a win.
Okay, so we got 10 minutes left. Without knowing how many extra time is added, and we are looking very positive. We just need to get another goal, but Trent's on the wing now.
Trent Alexander-Arnold charging. Salah just had one defender too many to cope with in the middle.
Salah is phenomenal. He is not, as Scousen and G says, he is not normal.
Salah is the target again.
He is not normal.
Charlie Taylor credit for being strong.
Yeah, brilliant by Burnley.
I'm gonna leave Double A's comment because I think this has summarized for me personally how good we've played, and it's a lot to come through Elliot.
They have to do lots of that and stay in the game.
And this freedom of Elliot to move in and out of the midfield and out wide is definitely looking good because it allows Salah to run into more central positions.
Couldn't quite work it out.
Elliot did the, you know, when you're playing FIFA Pro Clubs, I don't know if you guys got 22 beta, but you know when you're holding the run button, you press pass before you even touch the ball, and it's just terrible. I don't know what Salah was doing there, but that was terrible. I'm trying to see who's looking at to say, hey, that ball was for you. Nothing, no one. I want another goal though, man. You know what's electric in the first 30 minutes.
Chris Wood's been a real presence at the top end of the pitch for Burnley in this opening 36 and a half minutes. It's the 10th game he's played against Liverpool today, Steve. He's never
Good to see Robbo, man.
They were the third lowest
Great to see.
in the Premier League last season, Burnley. The two teams that scored fewer goals than them were relegated. Yeah. Seems to be the season-on-season problem as to whether they can solve that.
Definitely. And Joe and Crouchy mentioned it before. I know you'd always want this person who scores 20, 30 goals a season, of course you do, but the most important thing for Burnley is that they win games. Win games, stay in the league. And you just hope that the new owners can find a pot of money to help Sean Dyche solidify his squad.
I don't know how Sean Dyche does it, man. He does amazing with the team he has, and the limited funds he spends.
Coming together between Ashley Barnes and Joel Matip.
That would have been some ball from Trent.
Mo Salah. McNeil skips away from Alexander-Arnold. 3 in the middle.
Van Dijk, you are the best centre back in the world, and that's exactly why. 2-on-1, you still came out with the ball. Well done. Go deep, Jota. Well done.
Here's Elliot.
Elliot on the wing. Hendo out wide to Jota.
Good goal kicked by Pope.
Don't hit. Why do we even hear from there?
I don't care.
I don't care who you are. I don't care how many goals you score. You're not hitting it from there. That the whole bounce just looked wrong to me.
Yeah, he did well. If Pope has to come and do that, Tarkowski knows he's getting that off the keeper. He's a big boy. He can just get up after that.
Make sure you join us next Saturday, 11:30 on 1HD, an ultimate for Manchester City against Arsenal. And in midweek, you can see the second leg of the Champions League playoffs. They're on Tuesday, 7:45 across BT Sport. Inter Milan against Genoa is from 5 o'clock today, 1HD, the first Serie A game of the season.
Trent's looking really alright today, man. He's looking like you know, the one of the basics you get taught is you don't just run in to make a challenge unless like you're both en route to it and you want to make that slide tackle. But he's looking very erratic, man. He's just running towards the player to try win the ball there and then. When I get the pressure, but sometimes you run in and back off a little bit because as soon as they turn, they're through. That was a great challenge from Samakas. Approaching the 40th minute mark.
He started Burnley's last 36 Premier League matches. They're without Ashley Westwood in central midfield today, who started 61 in a row. He's got a foot problem. James Milner missing for Liverpool today with a minor injury, nothing serious, we're told.
These minor injuries are starting to add up, man.
Injury, was it? Jürgen said he would have played if it was Milner's choice, but the medical department said no. So he'll be fine for next week or the next game, certainly.
Simikas with the Liverpool block is...
Simikas is playing well so far, man.
Diogo Jota. Sadio Mane to Jordan Henderson. First space now for Jota.
Yeah, you know that. You can't really be cross happy against Burnley. Oh. Unlucky, Elliot.
Kept alive here by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Mo Salah with a chance.
Oh, unlucky, Mo.
Good header by Ben Mee. I think it was Matt Loughton got back on the post as well, just in case. See it bending round. Ben Mee there.
I think they had it covered, to be fair. I don't think he would have scored. It would have been cleared off the line or saved by Pope.
That's it, battling with Barnes.
How about it? Why is Trent not attacking that wall? It's offside.
Well, don't forget to join us for BT Sport Fight Night, which is next Saturday from 7:30 on 1HD and Ultimate. Swept on first time by Henderson, urging Mo Salah to chase it.
Endo. You get Endo's got them whippers, you know.
Yeah, it's not a bad ball at all by Jordan Henderson, that one over the top. Because, of course, Liverpool like to play short. Suddenly, 40-yard ball. The fact that it was curling in towards the centre of the pitch helped Ben Mee. Change it up.
It's Keita. Alexander-Arnold.
See them passes through to Trent. Oh, mad. We're always looking for it for that and Simikas. They are going to be the difference.
Drilled it across.
It's weird we got two goalkeepers on the bench.
Very straightforward.
Simikas way too eager.
I think the way that he's played in the first two games of the season has to be a bonus for Liverpool, doesn't it? Steve Simikas, who doesn't really get a look in because Robertson plays all the time, but he's filled in admirably over there on that side at left back.
Yeah, he has got himself an assist.
There's a Tarkovsky coming for that one, and Allison
What kind of
expected him to get it.
blunder
He
is that?
didn't.
Yeah, everybody expected to get it. Defenders left it. He must have shouted for it. It certainly wasn't a foul. Tarkovsky's got every right to go and get that. He
That
was
is
very, very
embarrassing.
unlucky.
That is
Shoot the ball
embarrassing.
into the box. Look, see, Virgil van Dijk's got his arms out, knows
And
the
it's
goal is
like
coming.
Becker is,
Just trying to punch him. He just got out muscled.
yeah,
See
he's
from where he started his run
he's-
from, Tarkovsky. I don't think he ever really came
This is
into
too
Alisson's
comfortable.
eye line, did he?
Oh, no.
Scored last week. The opening goal of Burnley's Premier League season after 103 seconds, James Tarkovsky. Alisson Becker back on his feet for Liverpool.
I thought it was one there that if he would have won that and he went in, Alisson would have been on the floor rolling, and he would have acted like he was hurt. But he's fine.
From Burnley at the other end to make this a difficult test so far for Liverpool.
All that cute stuff only happens when you're playing the bigger teams. The smaller clubs, they're gonna just attack you every time and try and unease you. You gotta be quicker and you gotta own your parts of the pitch.
Won by Wood. Joel Matip away.
It's gotta be a foul on Matip. Minute more left of extra time and it's half time. We'll get some thoughts in and
Alexander-Arnold for Jota. Jurgen Klopp's going mad down there.
Yeah, they've given the ball away too many times, Liverpool, for Jurgen Klopp's liking.
It's one of those half-time team talks coming up where, despite the fact Liverpool are leading, you would expect Sean Dyche to probably be the happier of the two based on the way the game's being played. Not the scoreline, obviously, but
Yeah, it's a tight game, isn't it? I think with the fans coming back in, everybody expected, well, certainly a lot of the Liverpool fans expected Liverpool to control possession, make numerous chances, but it hasn't been like that. It's quite tight. Liverpool have made a couple of good chances, of course, but Burnley have placed
Half-time.
themselves really well.
well, that's half-time.
Alright guys, let me know what you think. Just get the comments in. I'll give it a minute. Change some of the banners. Let's see what you think.
A Simicast cross and a Jota header. Mo Salah did have the ball in the back of the net, but it was ruled out for a tight offside. But Burnley have given just about as good as they've got in the first half.
Let's see, we've got. Let me check the comment section.
What a machine.
Got a comment from Nico. Trent Alexander-Arnold sleeping. He is a sleeping warrior right now. I don't know what's going on with him. He is actually like, not even a negative way. He. So I'm just seeing Manchester. Let's see. Yeah, he's sleeping, man. He's sleeping. He's not reactive enough for me. He's too reactive for me and not. I think mentally he's not putting himself in or positionally he's not putting himself in the right position. He's kind of running, boxing across to make challenges, and I'd rather just see him a little bit more wide. I know it could be the game plan though. It could be what they want is us to tuck in at the back, depending on what side they play. But what Burnley's doing quite well is they're switching across from side to side. So Trent's running from one side, Tsimikas is running in to tuck in, and that's kind of what's kind of showing us. And when they're not doing it, you saw like the opportunity they just had, where it was two on Van Dijk because Matip ended up having to cover. You know what? They said that I feel like Burnley should be the happier club. I wouldn't be the happier club. We've done enough. I'm not happy. I'm satisfied. I'm not happy. As in, we're winning. they've had some signs, but it's a game of football that you're never going to think the team's never going to have opportunity, whether they have shots on target or not. But I'm at the point where I'm not too happy with individual performances right now. Like I think Trent started the first 10 minutes well, and then kind of just like I said, too reactive. There's been some good. Well, let's talk about the positives. Let's talk about Salah's looking hella positive. Looks like he's gonna get a goal soon. Mane and Jota's looking like looking to try to get on the score sheet, or they're gonna get an assist. Sorry, Mane's looking like he's trying to get on the score sheet. Jota's looking like he's getting an assist. I like to see Mane have some more chances because he's got a nice right foot and a nice left foot. So if he gets sent some space, just shoot. You saw he did against Arsenal. He's done it loads of times. So I would love to see him just be a little bit more involved in that sense. Just taking some chances because if you give Salah an inch, he's shooting. So I'd like Mane to get back to that, and maybe that's something we missed from last season. He weren't doing that as much last season, and he's just bringing that into this season. So maybe that's something we should see him kind of bring in. I would love to see that. Um, look at more comments. Trent. We don't talk about Trent. I spoke about Trent already. What do you think, Double A? What do you think about the performance so far? Harvey Elliott is looking mad. He is looking good. Obviously, it's one of those games where he's still new, his first start. He's still young. But from his little showing, you probably won't see him play the whole game. But for his showing, I'm impressed with him. Salah's looking hungry as ever, and it's crazy. It's like to always compete. I guess this is how he always stays as a top tier attacker and a world class player. Is he stays hungry? But I always want to know. One day, if we ever get to a point we can interview him, I always want to know how does he stay so hungry? Like he just you can see he works hard. He's always in the gym. He's always in this. He's not really too much on apps doing anything in training or anything outside of like his training photos. It's like because he has to. Um, but he just the way he just plays so hungry, stays so hungry, and he plays so like it's like he's so hard on himself. Like if he makes a bad pass or he just score a hat trick and missed the fourth goal, it could be 4-0 and he scored three goals and he misses another opportunity. He's angry with himself. How does he stay hungry? Like how do you keep that drive in you? Because it's not like he's still a young player trying to make it. Like he doesn't get the credit he deserves, but he's getting some credit, you know. Uh, but so far so good. Just need to be careful with Burnley's MMA. Hey, I'm telling you, man, Burnley. This is what I was saying earlier in the stream. Is Burnley. This is what I hate. But one thing I hate about Burnley. Burnley obviously set out that way. They want to play very aggressive. They want to play MMA tactics. My argument is, as soon as you get physical with them, they're rolling. Ref. Like, come on, man. If you I play football. I like a physical game. So when the physical game's happening, I don't complain. Do you know what I'm saying? I like a physical game. Burnley are up for it. They won't get physical with you, but the first to go down and complain. So yeah, I'm with you on that. And 100%, like you said, the second goal is definitely needed, man. I thought Salah's beautiful effort was going to be the one to you know get a little bit more breathing space, but like we go back to some of the comments, you just don't want to concede and you want to just have your foot in the game. And right now we're doing well for that, and it's good. I ain't too I ain't too upset with how we're playing. Let me just go through the comments. So it's half time, you guys. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Okay, so we've got some more comments in. Let's get them up. Buzzing to be back. Buzzing to be back. Buzzing to be back. I am absolutely buzzing to be back myself. Oh, actually, at the game and signed in to show love. I'm guessing you mean love, but thank you, man. I appreciate you and everybody who's showing some love. Um, yeah, buzzing to be back. Let's leave it there. Buzzing to be back. I'm excited to be able to stream and with you guys and watch the game along and just vibes, man. It's vibes. Just vibes, bro. It's just vibes. All love and just vibes. See, we're going to Twitter to see. Going to Twitter to see what Twitter say. Let's see what Twitter say. Actually, let me share my screen and I'll show you what Twitter say. We won't share just in case people are throwing profanity at Liverpool or doing something. I ain't gonna scream that. I ain't gonna scream that. I'll tell you what. Let's see what everyone's saying on our Twitter. See what some of the fans are saying. Tsimikas would be City's best player, best left back. Sorry, I agree. Definitely agree. Let's see what other people are saying on our Twitter. These are people that's atting us. Great to see Henderson back. Big day for the lad. Harvey Elliott, absolutely outstanding. Deserves to start. Harvey Elliott over Ox. Ox is out for personal reasons as well. Just to clarify, when I said why is Ox out, he's out for personal reasons. And then some Chelsea fans just talking about Chelsea. So Chelsea fans doing Chelsea things. But what a goal was from Jota though. Let's pull it out. Jota, his mental for that goal is what's outstanding to me. I don't think you understand. He just knew where the ball was going. He knew where it was going. He knew what was going to happen, and he just boom, put himself where he had to be. And that to me is mad. That is mad to me. That is mad to me. Think about it. Jota's not big like a big man. He's not. He's not big. He's small. He's a small lad. All right, as we're approaching the second half, let's get everything set back up. And as that loads, let's leave that for a bit.
Thank you, Jake. So the two
Yes,
teams
we
have
are
met in the
back.
second half. Now the manager
Let's go.
has made any changes. A lot's been made on
60th minute
social media
change.
in
I'm an
general
old
about the fact
school
that Burnley are playing with a
fan of the
1-2-11
60-minute change.
today.
I'm always
Steve,
thinking,
busy trying to dig in and find out
always
whether
like
that
that's when
happened.
people,
Well, it's
the
gone
hour
from 1
mark
to 11
is,
in
just
2015
try to
when
change
they wore
things up.
retro shirts as a tribute to Jeff Astle, and
You
Manchester
know,
United wore
give
1
it
to
10,
11 as well
15 minutes
in the
before you actually
Manchester
make
derby
any
back in '08,
changes.
and that was
I'm old
on
school
the
like that.
retro shirt to
Probably
mark
showing
the
my
15th
age,
anniversary
but I always
of
think
the
that's
Munich air
a
disaster.
good time to
We
start
think the last time
looking
a
at
team
things and
fielded a
making some
side wearing
changes.
1
And I
to
think
11 in the
you get
Premier League
70th, 80th minute
with
is when you kind of like,
Scott
what are you hoping to
Nathan and
change in
Richard
10
Shield,
minutes?
or
Yes,
to
things
use
can
the very
change in
description,
minutes. It's a game of
was
football,
Charlton back
but
in
you're giving the players
1998.
enough time to
So it's
adjust
a
to
long,
the
long time.
tactical change and enough
And
time
the
to
team
actually
wearing
try and
1 to 11,
impact the
they're going to
difference.
count themselves in
Because it
the
does take
first
some
half.
time. I know they're
Liverpool
professional
haven't
footballers,
done
but it does
completely
take some
okay
time for them
job
to
there,
get
but
into the
I would
game.
expect
But
it
I
to
learned when I
be
was younger and
a
trying to be a
very
footballer,
positive 15 minutes
it takes
for
you some
Sean
time
Dyche
to
and his
adjust
players.
to the game.
Definitely they're still in the game
As they go on the break here, Ashley Barnes testing Joel Matip for the first time in the second half. Burnley attacking the Kop in this second period. There's Lowton
I think left.
mixing away from Henderson and crosses and
He's offside. He has to be offside.
Ashley Barnes
He has to be offside. Exactly. None of this, bro. None of this. You're offside. But left back and right back right now is the problem. It's getting on my nerves.
yeah, he was well offside, wasn't he? Don't even need a second look.
Left back and right back is getting on my nerves right now. I'm not calling their names out there, left back and right back to me right now until I start seeing some
I mean,
improvement.
you can see why they play on the edge and why they've been offside so many times. They know they're not going to run Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip, Barnes and Woods.
It's like,
They
what
have
is
to
that?
play on the line all
Yes,
the
he's
time.
offside, but what is that?
So they will be offside, particularly in games like this.
Terrible kick from Alisson. Terrible.
Here's McNeil.
Absolutely terrible.
you missed any major incidents in the first half, it's almost something you ought to take.
Me biting my nails on that. I'm there showing my nails, innit?
Interactive timeline to check it out from the camera angle of your choice. One counted and one didn't for Liverpool in the first half. Burnley have had one chalked off for offside at the start of the second, and the offside flag up here against Liverpool.
This ain't good enough, man. This just ain't good enough. You got me biting my nails on live, like, this just ain't good enough. I don't care if it's offside or not offside. You have to think about where you are positioned, and before it's got to the offside call, what was you doing? And my left back and right back right now look like they don't want to be involved.
Goodness, just catching Simicas. Yeah, again, no malice in it. Simicas is just moving backwards. It was always going to happen. Everybody's up. There wasn't a great deal of business done by Liverpool, or hasn't been so far in this summer transfer window. Ibrahim Konate is on the bench, the main incoming up to now, but they have worked quite hard to sign players.
You know, Klopp gets away with saying they're like new signings because they've been injured or they just haven't played. So like Simicas is like a new signing because he ain't played.
Yeah, Jordan Henderson, Mo Salah will be next, I think. The words coming out. They've sold a few players, so brought a few pounds back into the coffers. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see if they do bring anybody in before the transfer window.
I still think there's going to be a signing though. I can't see us leaving the transfer window without a big signing. Without another signing, sorry. Matip's just so calm on the board.
Here's Dwight McNeil. There's a real wrestling match going on in the middle between Chris Wood and Virgil van Dijk, which meant that neither of them could really attack the cross.
I wonder if these players that like to play like this want to play against Virgil, because not saying that you wanna play anybody. I don't think anybody wants to play against Virgil, but it's you don't usually get a team that plays this style of football. So do you think, cool, yeah, I'm the one that's gonna do Virgil. We play this every day. Virgil's gonna have to be the one that whatever, but Virgil always wins, bro. Always wins.
It's a concerning situation this for Sean Dyche of Burnley, with Tarkowski down there.
Tarkowski is down. He won a big header, but he's down.
The Burnley supporters will be hoping it's nothing too serious. The new signing Nathan Collins is on the bench, only 20. He was the main incoming for Burnley over the course of the summer. Diogo Jota, though, with the defining moment of the match so far.
Yeah. Well, I did scream I'll take a 1-0 over a 2-1, so let's see. Only time I'll take a 2-1 is if I don't want to take it, to be fair. I ain't giving you no idea of when I would take it.
He's surrounded by white shirts, but nobody goes towards the ball to try and
Jota celebration. No, who did it first? Was it Mane? Was it Bobby? Bobby did it first.
It's good to see him sitting up. I think the issue here is around the jaw area rather than the forehead. He seems to catch the side of his face on the
cheekbone type. Yeah.
It's a big player to miss, Tarkowski.
Boots, though, isn't he? James Tarkowski is a throwback in many ways.
There you go. That's where it is. X marks the spot.
Takes a lot from his manager, doesn't he, in terms of the way he plays the position.
But like Double A said, we need that second goal. Let's leave that hanging until we get it.
Swig of water, back on.
No problem.
Typical Burnley. Put some Michael Jordan special juice water on you. Crack on.
So we'll lead to the advantage being played here. Jota with a nice ball onto Salah. Sadio Mane's been joined by Naby Keita in the centre.
Hendo's good on the edge. Javier is left foot, so he's going to always turn back on his left foot. They were almost nervous to put a cross in, but where we are right now, You might as well put the cross in.
It all got slowed down a little bit, didn't it? Congested.
He's offside.
They all got slowed down.
Elliot's found himself in some great positions, man. You can't teach that sometimes.
And there was enough movement from the Liverpool players.
Roberto Firmino's gone out there to warm up, and he's having quite a rigorous warm up at the moment. The kind of warm up that indicates he is at the forefront of his manager's thoughts. Thiago's
Bobby's warming up.
Yeah, Andy Robertson's running around as well.
Robbo and Thiago are
He looks
making
just
their.
hasn't gone for the stretch. He's put a bit of work in, so I wonder whether that could be an option to get him on.
With a challenge on Alexander Arnold, which has brought the corner. The endeavour of
Trent is sleeping, man. Where is? Let me find this comment. Trent is sleeping. This is not what you want. You don't want corners from Burnley. You want it. Well done by Big Verge. Well done again by Big Verge. He's offside, ref. Well done. It's crazy because even though Van Dijk, you know, coming back to he's been out for a while, no one's really trying to run at him. They're still trying to run at. Everyone's still trying to get at Matic, which shows you his quality.
Started 94 successive Premier League matches before he got the injury at Everton last season. His appearance at Norwich was his first for 301 days. Virgil van Dijk,
I need more from Mane.
such a valuable member of this Liverpool squad. We've given the attendance today, which is just over 52,000 inside Anfield. Wonderful to see everybody there, very much so.
Anfield looking nice and packed.
Traffic will be terrible, but amazing to see everybody back all around the Premier League, enjoying themselves, supporting the teams.
So we got a suggestion here. Mane for Firmino. I was thinking that and put Jota out wide, you know. I was actually thinking that because Mane is not looking himself. I tell you who is though, Big Verge. He's looking himself. Great pass, Henderson. Great. Oh. I said earlier I couldn't see Elliot playing the whole game, but look at that.
Just couldn't flip it out wide. As you said, certainly much better when they pass the ball and move quick.
Firmino's looking like he's getting ready to come on, but I agree with Double A. I think
Liverpool substitute sent out by Jurgen Klopp.
Mane might be the one to go.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Ooh! Oi! Jota and Mane have a nice little connection as well, I've noticed.
See what Sadio Mane wants to do. Great ball by
Mane just wants to just turn and shoot.
He wants to go right, first touch and then flip it back across.
That's what I want to see from Mane. I want to see Mane just turn, shoot, any piece of space to shoot. That's what he's best at. He can generate a lot of power from a dead ball.
Started the season, Sadio Mane, 3 goals behind Kevin Keegan on the all-time list for Liverpool. He's 18th at the moment. He's 3 short of 100 for the club. Mo Salah started the day 2 short of 100 in the Premier League. 1 or 2 century milestones on the horizon for 2 of the Liverpool strikers here.
What a... Ooh.
Looking to run. Nick
Pope got out of trouble there, man. Pope got out of trouble.
Offside flag was up against Mo Salah anyway.
See, this is why the VAR and offside rule, like the hesitation gets on my nerves, because if Mo Salah,
Yeah, you see, if he was offside, it's been given. It's the end of that.
if Salah was to hurt Pope or Pope to hurt Salah and get injured, why didn't you put the flag up? Because they wouldn't have carried on.
Jota to Mane.
Man is looking like, don't take me off, ref. Ref, don't take me off, gaffer.
Salah, defended over there by Taylor.
Did well trying to go to ground early. He tried to come back inside and
Could have been Burnley goal kick.
Standing ovation over there for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Virgil van Dijk has joined Joel Matip in the Burnley penalty area. Van Dijk.
Oh!
Wide. Last touch I think was off Sadio Mane. He says no.
Man needs to put the gold back in his head. Nah, it wasn't me. Mane wasn't the last one to touch the gaze, no way.
yeah, I think it misses Sadio Mane and comes off Ben Mee and goes wide.
We all focused, of course, last season on the hole it leaves in Liverpool defensively when he's not there, Van Dijk. But he's such a presence in the opposition box, isn't he, for set pieces like that.
Alright, 2 minutes away from the 60th mark, and it's looking like this is when it starts to get to crunch time.
Taylor.
And squeaky bum time.
Now McNeil.
You might say it's early, but this is Burnley.
It's a good switch of play here to Lowton, the right back, who can get the ball into the Liverpool box.
Same again, right and left back, man. Just look to be sleeping. And one of the midfielders got to come in and help.
We see it all the time. We can see it from our position. He's forever talking to his teammates, the left back, the right back, of course, the centre defensive partnership, and he wants them up the field all the time. As much space between themselves and the goalkeeper as possible.
Put away by Lowton. Salah quickly onto Mane. It's Harvey Elliott who's having a look down.
Harvey Elliott running on your wings.
For this time. And it goes
Oh,
to
good touch. What are you doing?
Still no Salah.
Oh my god.
Dwight McNeil saved the goal after
What I don't. There was some confusion between Trent and Salah, and I don't get it. But a great pass from Harvey Elliott.
Into Elliott. Puts it on Salah's chest. Has a little dummy here, gets Charlie Taylor down.
Yeah, I can't lie, that was beautiful from Salah. It's a shame it didn't end with a goal.
Brilliant
Them
block.
feet, quick,
Get
boy.
back first and then to get the block away.
Corner taken by Tsimikas. In towards Matip. Away by Taylor. Mane.
I can't lie, this is literally Oldman team. Burnley's just blocking everything, but it's good. It's good. It's good. I agree. That them techers, bro. Hey.
With block. Now Charlie Taylor with another block. This is what they need to do. Keep them in the game. They will get a chance
Just
to
press on from that. Press on from that.
We'll talk about those amazing stops from the defenders.
Terrible first touch from Diogo.
Jota denied there by Tarkovsky. Plenty of goals in the Premier League last weekend, Steve. We didn't have a draw, so I wonder whether that trend is going to continue.
Why is he trying to jinx it about draws and that? Nah, man. Chill.
In an attacking sense. Van Dijk there ahead of Wood. It's going to come back now through.
Van Dijk's just too silky smooth, man. He doesn't even have to put a strand out of his head. He's just too silky smooth, bro.
I mean, there's not much in that at all. I mean, I know there was an arm slight, but you have to let that go, don't you? The 2-on-2, it's a battle.
Yeah, I will take it.
Got to say, though, we talk about the organisation of Burnley. Sean Dyche has got his backroom staff well organised as well. The minute he jumps up to go and berate the fourth official, he's got Steve Stone and Ian Woke chasing him out there. They're a unit down there. Three men in perfect harmony.
Go to Salah.
Jota.
Go to Salah. Go to Salah. Go to Salah, bro. Yes, okay. But Salah's the man. That's a goal.
The main thing is that he kept it out. Again, nice play by Liverpool.
I mean, it was nice play, but bloody hell.
More chances now. Firmino back out to warm up again.
I book him. I heard effing this and effing that. Mike Dean, book him.
Temperature's running high down there. Ashley Barnes venting his frustration. Mike Dean just wants a word here. It's just a little coming together between Ashley Barnes and Diogo Jota, but there's nothing in it.
Yeah, I was like, cool, whatever, innit? Yeah, alright, cool. Just a score, man. Like, yeah, cool, whatever, innit? Whatever. Apologise now because the man come up. Big hands from Pope.
Good save from Nick Pope. Liverpool work the ball well. This is a nice ball by Jota, and you see Salah top of the East free, but Mane turns inside, gets the shot away. Wasn't that orthodox from Nick Pope, Steve, but it was effective. Yeah. Moses stays out, mate, isn't it? This is what you were complaining about, but of course that happens in the box. No problem with that at all. If that wasn't happening, I'd be worried. Nice ball.
What a ball from Virgil.
Taken superbly. Harvey Elliott. There's a lot coming together involving Jota as well. I think this time with Jack Cork, and he was just asking the question of Mike Dean again. Brilliant ball though from Van Dijk.
Van Dijk's passes are mad.
Tried to cut inside Charlie Taylor, but he does well. Yeah, and Jack Cork just barges into Jota, who's standing still.
Another corner. Come on, Trent, man. Let's get a goal. Let's get a goal. Let's beat Burnley at their own game. Virgil Matic, come on.
Here goes the corner. Met by Tarkowski. Little back heel by Salah. Alexander-Arnold. Free header for Mane. He doesn't head it properly.
I know he doesn't hit it properly, but bloody hell. Just get your neck at it.
Just throws his head at it really, but gets nothing on it off the top of it.
You might start to think to get Elliott off. We'll put him out wide. Keita, see the one thing about football I don't like about, and this Keita does a lot. He, you know, when you get the ball, you got the pass, but he runs past you.
Alexander-Arnold just a little bit short.
Like he runs, like you got the ball and you've come, he's run all the way to you and ran right past you. Just give him the ball and save yourself the energy. But yeah, I can see Elliott and Mane coming off, to be fair.
Here's Henderson. Naby Keita. Now Diogo Jota. Simicast. Salah to take on Taylor. McNeil's over there as well. Alexander-Arnold still going, pulls it through.
It seems like we're just forcing it. Just forcing it.
Without the reward of a goal. Matic to Alexander-Arnold. They've got a man over on that side. Salah. It's gone instead to Keita.
Like, why would Keita like that? Why would Keita turn back in when you've got two people like three? This makes no sense to me. We're just too slow. We're just too reactive. Let's get on my nerves now. Like, we're turning into trouble. Why are we turning into trouble? I think that's a foul, but
eventually fouled by Keita. He got a couple go there, Mike Dean. He tried to let it flow. Yeah, one for each team.
Yeah, and I've got no problem with that. Looking from above, you can see the respective benches don't like it, but they don't like any challenge against them when it doesn't go their way, and they understand that as well. But my team's there to do the job, and I think up to now he's had a really good game.
Goodmanson with the cross in.
It's back to Route 1 football for Ben. He just hoofed the ball down, and that's what I'm nervous of. Is there's only so much our centre backs can take, and if our left back and right backs ain't covering or blocking these or making it difficult, we might as well just let them score. It's terrible. Going forward, our wing backs are looking good, but defending, it seems to have just the quality has just dropped.
Costas, Tsimikas, Jota, Jordan Henderson, Van Dijk.
I wonder if we'll bring Thiago and give Harvey Elliott a rest and take Mane off and bring Firmino in. Ball. Sadio! Wait. I believe I said Mane and Jota to score. Hey, I can't lie to you. I was about to say pass. You know, I'm always screaming for the extra pass, innit? But then that's Arsenal football, innit? As a team, that's a great team goal. That would have been 2 goals by Jota if he passed, to be fair. Oh, I thought that was it's a Trent assist. I thought that was Salah. I thought to the boots. Sexy time. Sexy time. You know what sexy time is? Do you know what sexy time is? There's nothing more than playing a game at tea time and having to sit back and say, over to you, United. Game's not done, cool, but come on. We take the foul, come on, let's keep it moving. See, I'm getting excited again, man.
You can see the point he's trying to make, though. He's trying to let advantage go. Of course, we know it's a foul. He tried to let play go on, and then he had to blow up for it.
So Liverpool 2, Burnley 0. Diogo Jota in the first half and Sadio Mane in the second. A typical Liverpool goal in many ways when you factor in the build-up, but it just feels better watching a goal like that in a full stadium. Yeah, it does.
You do appreciate it more, don't you? And because the fact that it ended up in a goal, as I said, you can go back and admire the whole move. The pass from the centre defender and the nice play to build the goal up. And everything about this was really nice, wasn't it? That effortless pass, this touch control, this ball like Trent.
Yeah, Elliott's touch was mad, but you know what I say now? 7th minute, make the subs, get Thiago on, get Bobby on, and let's go. Bobby, for his height, helps defensively. He slows the game down in the sense of he'll hold the ball, he'll make little integral passes, he'll do stuff like that. Where, you know, that's what we need right now. It's not we don't want to go too quick pace now, and get Thiago out to get some minutes. This is a perfect game for him because he can take a touch, he can make them long passes because he's got the wingers. Oh, great run by Harvey. Yeah, you can obviously you went for the ball, Ben, but you obviously fouled him. Oh shit, he actually does. I stand corrected.
Of course, only the referee he gets the ball first. See what he just said there. You got with something and then you didn't.
My watch telling me to breathe.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Telling me to breathe.
It's getting very below us. He's going to be the first Burnley change. Liverpool have the fullbacks over the free kick. Alexander Arnold with the right. Simicas. They want the
Come on, we know Trent's taking it.
in swinging delivery. Van Dijk's in there, so it's Matip.
I would make Simicas take it because of where Van Dijk's position.
It's Alexander Arnold.
Ooh! Matip, oh, cut off the line.
Another one cleared pretty much off the line. It was actually Barnes with a clearance.
Oh, lucky Matip.
Jota to Salah. Brownhill not strong enough.
See Jota, yeah? He's that type of player, man. He just works, man. Like,
Van Dijk.
for that trying to play 1-2s and money in the box, yeah? All right.
Tarkowski, the defender. They're hanging on now, Burnley.
Yes, they are.
Corner by Simicas. Just above Van Dijk's head. Taken down by Elliott.
Elliot, that's greedy. That is greedy, bro.
Henderson. Simicas.
Simicas has some pingers on him, boy.
Again, Benny that time. Up with Matip. Defending for the lives. Great defensive header again.
It's actually a goal kick that's been given here. He's just pointing over here so the change can be made. And Chris Wood, who was
Woods off for Rodriguez for Burnley, and I'm guessing our substitution will follow soon. You see our number 9 come on, while you see Burnley's number 9 come off. Hey, we are peppering them. I want another goal. I want to be right, but I'd rather be wrong with a 3 or 4-0 win.
35 Premier League appearances, but he has scored here for both West Brom and Burnley. Fresh legs up front as they try and chase down this 2-goal deficit. It's nicely done by Henderson and then by
Hey, Elliot's passing is mad. Salah's just embarrassed us. Woo! Salah's just embarrassing the left back, you know. But Elliot, he's grown in this game. I was saying take him off. Jeez, I might be wrong.
Yeah, you knew what he wanted to do. As soon as he come in on his left foot, inside the Charlie Taylor, he's always going to try and feed one into that far corner.
Here's Rodriguez. Brownhill.
You know what? Mo Salah to get the third, man. Mo Salah to get the third.
Dwight McNeil. I think Roberto Firmino will get on eventually, Steve. He's just been sent back out again. It looked about 15 minutes ago as though he's going to come on, but not yet.
Yeah, they're in a comfortable position, Liverpool, aren't they? So they could make substitutions if they needed to rest a few of the players or want to be careful with a couple of the players.
14 minutes to go. Good defended by Simicas.
Wait, who starts left back for Chelsea? Although you would say Robbo, but Simicas has actually put in a good shift. I mean, there's been sleeping some moments, but I think it's the way Burnley play against someone like Chelsea. I don't think he'll be exposed or trying to be exposed for the 2 of the things that I've had a problem with today.
Great noise inside Anfield.
I won't lie, Harvey Elliott, welcome to the Premier League. He's been abused. He's been physically at it, boy.
connection between the two benches at the moment. One or two of Jurgen Klopp's staff are having their say as well. Andy Madley's just trying to calm it down a little bit.
There should always be friction, shouldn't there?
There's Joel Matip. He's on a bit of a sequence of his own at the moment, Joel Matip. Steve, Liverpool have only lost one of the last 40 Premier League matches that he started. That was the game against Burnley here last season.
That's incredible, isn't it?
He's only played in 26 games over the last 2.5 seasons, Matip, so he's another player that just wants that run without injury problems creeping in. It's a very good partner for Van Dijk when he's out there.
Excellent partner. Because he wants to bring the ball forward. He offers something a little bit different, doesn't he, from Joe Gomez? And we haven't seen enough of Canate, certainly in a Liverpool shirt, but he likes to drive forward. He likes to pick a pass through the midfield into the forwards.
These are trying to leave it on Jota, boy.
Imminently for Burnley, Matip, Mane rather, running through. Roberto Firmino's finally been called back by
Big up.
Klopp, and Thiago looks like he's going to be coming on as well. Offside
Up to you too, man.
against Ashley Barnes. So Eric Peters, Robinson.
Yeah, that's a simple enough change, isn't it? He has not enough down the right-hand side. Goodmanson like McNeil has on the left-hand side.
I remember him coming on against Arsenal last season, Steve, and absolutely took the game over, didn't he, Peters? He was involved in everything.
Alright, Bobby's coming on. Mr. C. Senor, aka Bobby Dazzler.
2 Liverpool changes on the way.
Yo, Henderson's been alright today.
Van Dijk towards Mane. Comes off ahead of
Henderson's actually been alright today. Yep, my 2 goals. Thiago and Bobby.
He scored today. It's his 50th Premier League goal for Liverpool at Anfield. And the applause
Keita off for Thiago and Firmino on for Jota.
Thiago, Alcantara, and Diogo Jota, who scored the goal in the first half for Liverpool, is replaced by Roberto Firmino.
Yeah, I think this indicates when fitting well how strong the Liverpool.
Guys, get ready to start giving me your man of the match.
Keita Jota off.
10 minutes left.
Thiago,
Minus extra
Firmino
time.
on. Arguably stronger players.
Or additional minutes, as some like to call it.
Placed.
Firmino came on and scored late at Carrow Road last week. His last goal at Anfield was in December against Tottenham. The last 7 goals he scored for Liverpool have all been scored away from home.
I hate that. They're so soft. Like, we're both doing the same thing. You're pushing me, I'm pushing you.
Dwight McNeil was in front, but he kept on using his arm, didn't he, to sort of stop him. He could have lost it. He could have got away with that, Simicast, to be honest.
Here's Rodriguez. 8.5 minutes to go.
Cheryl's got enough time to
Headed away by Trent
give her an
Alexander-Arnold.
assist. It's enough time for him. He needs a couple minutes. Liverpool fan holding up 6.
Tarkowski swings it out to Lowton. Here's McNeil. Offside flag up against Rodriguez. Likely lets it go. Here's Elliott. Now they'll get the free kick. Jordan Henderson. Simicast just catching McNeil, napping a little bit. Tarkowski with the header away.
Like that, Simicast had the pass of Mane and still chose to try and force a crossing. That's the things he needs to cut out.
Harvey Elliott.
Because you're 8 minutes, you don't want to have to run back if you lose it.
Thiago.
Toe and that stanky foot.
Liverpool have got three in the middle waiting.
Yeah, he likes to do.
Alexander-Arnold.
Ooh, good strike from Arnold. I love Thiago when he has a little thing with his foot and he goes and then just goes the other way.
Didn't want to just smash it. In case he went over the bar, so controlled it a little bit.
There's Barnes. Taylor.
What's your reason as to why you say he's annoying? Is it because of the Matip challenge? Because the way it looked to me was he jumped on him, but if I was a ref, I wouldn't have given it. But what is given, that's got to be given.
Here's Lowton. Launched forward by Cork.
That's much better from Becker.
Goalkeeping by Allison. Here's Firmino. Eric Peters gets there ahead of Harvey Elliott. Josh Brownhill. Barnes.
Kendall's looking tired.
There's plenty of titles up for grabs next weekend in a big night of domestic boxing from Birmingham, and that's followed by a blockbuster on BT Sport box office as YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul takes on the former UFC champion Tyron Woodley. Mo Salah for Liverpool. Mane didn't get a touch. Here's Firmino.
Have a crack. Deflection. How?
Putting Mo Salah away. He does the right thing, Salah. He does pick out Mane. And he fizzes it in at him. He just can't sort of...
How does Mane not?
Yeah, really nice, quick, precise move.
Alexander-Arnold's corner. Here's Simicast. Simicast caught late there by Cork, but the game allowed to carry on. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Salah. Simicast has stayed down after the challenge. He might need a bit of treatment here, the Liverpool left back.
Yeah, just holding his shoulder. Yeah, again, it's nothing Jack Cole can do about that. He's turning his body, he's trying to get out of the way. There's no malice in it at all. This is the Salah shot again. Way wide this time.
Salah really wants that goal, boy. Tsimikas is down with his shoulder, but I don't think he's hurt.
Steve, hasn't it? On another day, it would have been a much wider margin as well.
Yeah, he'd be fairly happy, only the manager. I think the first 5, 6, 7 minutes in the second half, they were a little bit sluggish. Burnley came out with a show of intent, but after that, it's been a very dominant performance from Liverpool.
That was a lovely goal, that was
brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. And they've had many more chances.
Tsimikas back on his feet. Thought for a moment there we might see Joe Gomez. He'd just taken off the green bib, but he's put it back on again.
Oh yeah, there's no way Tsimikas wants to come off if he can get 90 minutes under his belt here, onto this crowd.
On the subject of 90 minutes, Steve, it looks as though Harvey Elliott's going to get the full 90, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm very shocked how bad they got a full 9 minutes.
Oh yeah, some of them have been excellent today. You don't want to.
Here's Rodriguez with the shot. Good save. Offside flag up. Yeah. Thought he was stood offside, but it doesn't detract from the excellent volley and the wonderful save from Alisson.
Yeah, he was way offside, wasn't he? Again. Matted with the arm up. We have to see the move through. Joe Gomez is getting stripped.
Gomez in there a couple of minutes, maybe at left back. Good to see Gomez, man. I think we highlight Virgil a lot, but Gomez is just as good.
Charlie Taylor centre in front of Mo Salah. Off goes Alexander-Arnold. Lovely touch by Thiago. There's Firmino.
Much better. Thiago's looking like he's ready to come and pull some strings.
That's it. Wins the battle again with Jay Rodriguez. Harvey Elliott over there, but Taylor was a little bit firmer.
What people don't understand about Matip is that he's actually a very good tackler of the ball. And he put himself in great positions. A lot of people think, he's what's the word I'm looking for? He is slow, stuff like that. But if you actually watch him, he puts himself in very, very good positions, and he's got them Bambi daggly legs that you ain't getting. Plus 4 minutes of additional time. Gomez is waiting to come on. Great challenge from Virgil. Let's hope they don't talk about sloppy plays from Thiago too much this season. We got a lot of that last season. Joe Gomez on at left back, Tsimikas. They're giving Trent man of the match. Who's your man of the match, guys?
tussle. Gets free. And they just gets under it.
It's a lovely ovation for Simicast as he walks in front of the stand where we are at the moment.
Well, he's had a really good game, hasn't he? Really good game. No problems at all down this right hand side, his left hand side. All game, been nice and strong. He got an assist as well, more importantly.
There's a chance for Eric Peters. Maybe there is going to be a late way back in for Burnley, but that's it. Stood his ground and defended standing for Liverpool.
Yeah, again, it's another Thiago header.
Alright, these are being a bit too harsh on Thiago, man.
Just has to be careful.
To the final few seconds of win number 2 for Liverpool, which is then going to make it 2 out of 2, Steve, without conceding a goal. The fixtures that you would have expected them to get 6 points from, but all the same, it's always nice to get off to the perfect start.
Yes, it is. You'd be shouting and screaming if you're a Liverpool fan if they didn't get off to a perfect start. So you have to applaud them when it's 2 out of 2 without conceding a goal as well. Tougher games ahead, we know that.
Starting next week, they play Chelsea here, and they've got a trip to Ellen Road against Leeds before the international break as well. Here's the chance for Ashley Barnes, who's in.
Oh, big save from Alisson. We're just sleeping right now. But what do you expect? You got people that's not had full 90 minutes under their belt. 2 centre backs being that in a long time. Full time. Okay, guys, who's your man of the match? I'll stay on for a few minutes. And then we'll round it off there. But that's it. Liverpool has actually won 2-0 with goals you see at the bottom from Jota and Mane. My man of the match. They gave man of the match to Trent. My man of the match. I was going to give it to Jota. But I can see why Trent got it. We got some comments. Let's see what we have. Got Matip for man of the match. That's a very good shot. He was clean right until the end, wasn't he? So that's good. It could be one of the centre backs. I just thought about going forward, but you forget sometimes going back. Matip was a strong candidate of man of the match. He was clean. Won all won everything against him. Won all his duels. That's a very good shot. I like that. I was gonna go Jota just for the sheer fact that he's done so much. But then I think even Tsimikas could have been a shout for man of the match if Trent is as well. They said it was a toss up between them two, but we'll see. But guys, thank you again. I'm gonna leave up our brand so we can actually get you guys to see how to follow us. But it's been a pleasure. I'll leave this up for a little bit and then I'll take it off and end the live.